Hello, friends. Good afternoon. This is Gautham Kolluri from CIP. I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. Guys, we are here discussing about the much awaited, H1B program, open work permit program for the US H1B holders. We've had 3 or 4 sessions every day at 6 p.m. and today we have an info session. Again, everybody is so, stressed out. IRCC has not provided any update on the application process. What are the documents required? Again, it's a lot of speculation. Will it be from the, we have 2 portals, or it will be a completely different portal to start with. So absolutely no updates. But I guess, we've done a lot of, I've been in this industry for many years. And when we had this TR2PR program, basically it was about 90,000. The quota, IRCC issued 90,000 quota for different programs, about 40,000 for international students and graduate. It was a simplified PR process, and it also was very similar to what is happening now. This is only a work permit, but that was a PR, and we were 3 days nonstop. We were there helping all the international graduates and workers here in Canada apply for the permanent residence. And I'm proud to say that not a single applicant was refused. Almost about 500 people joined the sessions. We helped them successfully. And I think this was probably one of my, the longest Zoom sessions. Guests, I was there doing Zoom nonstop for 16 or 18 hours. I don't even remember. We started at 8 o'clock in the morning and we went to bed probably about 5 or 6, and it was nonstop. But that was probably one of the highlights of my career, where I will always cherish with memories, where we literally helped hundreds and hundreds of people apply for the PR. And next, we also had this Canada-Ukraine authorization program, which is a very similar program. Yeah, this was, let me show. So this was my team there, and we were, I think this was the final before we went to bed. I think this is Sandeep here, myself here in my pajamas. This is Alex from my team. This is Sibin, and this is Nihilji here. So we were 5 people out there in 5 different rooms, and we were helping everybody. But before that, we had all the sessions. All our students were, applicants were ready with all the information, and they could submit everything in about 15 to 20 minutes. So guys, so getting back to your question and answer session. Okay, so if just to explain again for the people. So in Canada, we have 2 portals. We don't really know which portal IRCC would actually use. So the first portal, this is the GCK portal. This is the old portal where if the program goes live through this, you will have to upload the IMM forms, fill in your details and upload the IMM forms. This is the first one. I don't think this is going to be the likely scenario here. There's another portal where you will have to create your this is the new portal, where you don't put in the information in the application forms. You directly put into the portal here. So all your education starts with your personal details, and then passport details, then your education, work experience, criminality, your medical and your family details, your parents, your spouse, your children details. You all put it up here. On the last stage, you upload the documents. And here you also have an opportunity to submit group applications. So when you create your account, you have a group application, and where you will be the primary, and then you can also add your spouse, your children, and you can submit their application. So this is the second. To get into this, there's also a option where you will have to sign up here, and on the sign up there is this page where you will have to get an IRCC invitation code. So you first go here, put in your details, and you'll send for an invitation code. I've copied it in the group many times as well. So this is where you start for the new portal. You go here, get your email, get your invitation code, and then you sign up. Invitation code, then you sign up here, and then you log in. in the sign up here. Okay, so clear, guys, about the application portal. So not to get confused, this is, if we go through the GCK portal, then we will get into here. If we go in with the new portal, and this is the process would be, again, in the evening, we'll have a session and we will go through it again. Okay, so the next
Hey,
question.
Gautam.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt, Gautam. Just a quick question. So you mentioned that if we are applying for the spouse as well as a
Mhm.
dependent, so there is a button saying group application. So is it after we log in? After we
Yes. So
sign up, log in?
so the system will ask you are you applying for other people? Okay.
Okay.
And then you will have to, let me see if I have a screenshot of it. Just give me a second, please. So
Sure, Gautam.
yeah, then the system will ask you to create a group and name the group as well. Just give me a second. Yeah, I don't have it here, but basically, yes, that's how it's going to be. And yesterday we discussed it, and I think somebody posted the screenshots as well in the WhatsApp group. I created a WhatsApp group, and I think we've had over 100 people join in the last 3 to 4 days. Let me see if I have. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have that screenshot here, but again, in the evening, we'll go through it again or after the meeting. If you don't know, then we can go through that. Okay.
Yep.
Uma, are you
Thank you,
logged
Gautam.
in, Uma, with your account?
Yes, Gautam. Actually,
You can share
I
the screen,
joined.
and I can, if you are in a laptop, I can actually, if you can share, then I can show you. If you're at the
Okay,
first.
sure, Gautam. Actually, I joined as behalf of my husband. He's the primary applicant, but I still have his credentials. So I'll open it up and let you know,
Yeah,
Gautam, so that we can.
sure. Please, I can share it. Okay. So let me jump to the
Yeah,
next
thank you,
question here.
Gautam.
Sure.
Sure.
So I think I just talked to Vishal and Pooja and then Ankur about the payment, Ankur. Let me go through it. So basically about the payment process, here. So if we go into this link here, online payment, okay. So there are a couple of gateways, payment list you will have here. There is an online process here for the payment. So you basically have it as the system will prompt you to so one, you will have to create an account. Okay. So this is the place where you create an account. Let me see if let's start it from here. Okay, fees list, right? So don't get into here, pay your fees. Okay, so if you see the pay the fees here, the link, I posted in the group as well. Let me just pull up here and tag you guys. Okay, so this is the link where you can actually, this is another. So there are two links here. One, this is the one which we just, this is the one which I posted, and there is also another option here as well. Okay, so this one is pretty much easy. Here, choose the fees from the list. You're applying for temporary residence because it is an open work permit temporary category. And here you see what you're paying for. So you're applying for you're applying for you're applying for example, 2 work permit, you and your spouse. And you also have to pay for the work permit processing fees, which is $100, 200, 155, 155 total. And for your biometrics, right? two people biometrics. If you're a family, if it is more than 2 or more people, then you only pay $170. Okay, so you choose it here. And if it is your child, if your child is older than 5 years, you include you pay the study. If your child is less than 5 years, you do a visitor. Okay, that's $100 for a visitor. Okay, I'll share the YouTube link where this video live is being recorded. So basically you can see here, so 2, and you click in submit. Okay, and you see the payment 680 and biometrics for 2 people. And here, this is not the GC key account. This is not, okay, this is not your account, what you have created to submit. This is a payment account. This is a different account. So here you create an account. Okay, I'll post it here, right? And register, right? It shows register. So this is where you register your account. Okay, and then all the payments, whatever you are paid, right? They are already here. So you will see the payments here, manage my account, and also view the receipt. So if you made the payment, you will see the receipts here as well. So if you save it, right, and you pay it as well. So it's already there. Okay.
Hey, Gautham.
Okay, sir. On the day of on the day of the application submission, sir. So we would need this receipt number along with it so that we are
Yes.
not
So
stuck at.
generally, for example, for the TR to PR, this was the process. So you have 2 options. You guys can wait when the portal goes live, upload all the information, put in all the information, and then upload the documents, and then you go to the payment gateway and then you pay. But again, if the portal crashes, if the payment portal crashes, you will be waiting there. That is what happened when last time for TR to PR, there were hundreds and hundreds of applicants who were stuck. The portal crashed and the payment did not go through, so they could not submit their application. Okay, so you have an option to pay your fees upfront and have the receipt, and at the time of application you can upload the receipt, and you don't have to wait at the payment portal, and if it crashes you don't have to restart everything again.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Ankur, clear?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hey, Gautham,
thank you.
quick question.
Yeah, so let me follow, please. Please post a short message in the Zoom chat and I will follow the order of the messages posted. Okay, I'm sure most of the questions will be the same, so please don't panic. I will be here as long as you guys want until I finish your last question. Okay, so I just Vishal here. Okay, I just created the portal of Vishal from Seattle. Can you share the portal where account can be created? Vishal, cleared, right? We have that update. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah. Uma, can you please give me permission to record the session? Okay. Okay, Uma, it is on the YouTube. So this is the YouTube channel link. I'll just give me a second. So this is our YouTube channel and you can actually see it live here, and it is channel and you can actually see it live recorded. Okay, so I'll give you this YouTube channel link. I'm not a YouTuber, so not much, just few things which might be important. So this is the YouTube link and you can watch it, the recording out there. Okay.
Thanks, Gautham.
Yeah, sure. Next, I think after Uma, we have, guys, I indicated the PayPal account. Please, if you guys, my Sandeep and other team members will be there live tomorrow to help you when the portal goes live. So I've just indicated that out there. So yeah, I'm on a H1B visa. So I have Sai here. I'm on H1B and my wife is a dependent on H4. We both want to move to Canada. What is the process for applying for Canada since we missed yesterday? So Sai, are you here, Sai?
Yes, Gautham.
Yes, so you know how to create your account, right? You saw that link.
Yes, I've created the account, the one that you walked me through, like the old one and the new one, which is like.
Okay, so let's stick to the new one for now. Okay,
Right.
and somebody wanted to share the screen. Who was it? Uma, right? Uma,
Yes, Gautam. Yes.
you have access?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I do. Let me
Can you,
share my
yeah,
screen.
just the
I have
first
the
page, please,
credentials
again.
also.
Yeah, can you
Just
share
the sign-in page.
just a sign-in page, okay?
Yeah.
So that you clearly know where you put in your, if it is a group account, what you do there. I just want to show it.
Yep. Gautam, can you see my screen?
Yes, it's loading. Okay. Yeah. So sign in. Okay. So terms and conditions, you click yes.
Yeah. Okay, this is
So
what
here, this is the page.
seeing
So
right
guys,
now.
if the program is going to go through the new portal, so where you see start an application, right? So it has apply for visitor visa, transit visa, study permit. Okay, so we might actually see the new program here, or if you click apply for visitor visa, transit visa, can you click this, Uma, the first one? You should also see secondary options of the program name here. Okay, so you will see the different programs. You will see study visa, visitor visa. You will see the Canada, Ukraine authorization. Okay, so go next. Go down. I understand. I acknowledge. Yeah, I acknowledge and start application. So here it is asking, do you want to apply for more than one person at the same time? So if you are a family, you indicate yes. Okay, and save and continue.
Do we need to select this?
Yes, please. Yes.
Family.
Yeah, I only see this page where, so here, see now here it is asking, select the type of the group up so that applies to your situation. Can you click family?
Yeah.
And create a name of a group. You can put in your last name or your family or whatever it is, and then continue. Okay, so here you see this is what days left to submit 60, and you can go back and do it. So here add a member. So the first member will be you, your husband, who is the primary.
Okay.
Yeah. Click plus, click it, please. So you see, so you've already done two, right? So one is you.
Yeah.
One is your husband, second is you primary, and if you have children, you also add it. So you first start filling your husband's, right? Your husband will start first filling his application. After you complete, there will be there'll be a at the bottom there will be a tab, return to the main group. So you return to the main group, you fill your and your children's, and the system will only let you go to the final page on the payment only after you complete all this. Okay. For example, if you added 4 people in total, you'll have to fill all the 4 people, and then the system will let you. Okay. Okay, clear, right? So then you can I don't want you to go through the portal again.
Again,
in case. Yeah. So
but
we
sorry
can.
to interrupt, but does it apply for US citizen kids as well? Like should also apply.
Yeah, so why don't you just log in, create a dummy account, play through it, okay? The system, if it is a US citizen, they don't require visas to travel. So you will apply for the electronic travel ETA, and at the border, you should be able to get your study permit, your child's study permit, or that is the usual process, okay? But go through it, please. Check in, and if you have any questions, you can share the screen and come back to me and we can discuss on that.
Hey Gautam, one question. If an example, in my case, I'm a single person, so I can select as a no and go through.
You can go ahead. No, yes. So if you do not have any additional family members to add, you can go ahead.
Just no and go ahead, right?
No, yes, no, and continue.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So next question I have here is from.
I'm sorry. I mean, this is Sai again. I mean, there is a second question which we missed. Once we get the H1, what's the process like, to apply the PR? Can we apply PR once we get there?
That's a difference. I will have a separate meeting on that. Okay. Let's speak to the application. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So once you get your H1, in Canada, you don't need an employer to apply for your PR. It is a point-based system. Just to give you a summary for all. So how do you get your points? Right? Express entry, point-based system. When you come here to Canada, you create your express entry profile, or you can take help of a lawyer or an RCIC, but it's a pretty basic process. You create an express entry profile, and the points will be based on your age. Up to 29, you get maximum points. PhD, you get the maximum points. Next is education. PhD, you get the maximum points. Then if you have masters, that is the second, bachelor's or masters. So you get points for your education. So first age, second education, work experience. If you have 3 years or more work experience, you will get the maximum points. Okay. 3. So it is again both points for you and also for your wife as well. You will have points for that. For the most important, this is where a lot of people actually fail, is the language proficiency. You get points for your English and French, if you have French as well. For English, your 9 is the highest, and minimum will not really help you. You will have to score about 7 at least. Okay. So for people who are short, for example, if it is somebody from India, you'll find a lot of scammers in India. They will not say anything about this, but with the current scores, people have to at least 480 is what is required to get PR in Canada, at least have a chance. All this Z-Axis, Dopolintos, all these DOPA agencies, what they do is they have people come to the office. Right? One, it is illegal. Why? Because in Canada, only an immigration lawyer and an RCIC can officially represent the client for the PR application. Nobody cares in India because Canadian government cannot reach the Indian government and punish them. So they are working with impunity. Basically, what happens is they sign an agreement. They ask you to pay 50,000, 1 lakh rupees. And they don't tell you that you need to have all the very simple. But they don't tell you that, and they'll tell you, okay, we'll create your profile, sign, you have a great opportunity, do your best, let's work on your English, we'll create your profile. But if your score is less than 480 or 470, you will not go anywhere. And there are so many people who are trapped in India and other countries through all these scam consultants. They have a score of 400, and these people show them false dreams. Like there are hundreds of PNP programs. Even if you don't get under the federal program, you'll get under the PNP options. And people understand after 4 to 6 months, they keep on calling and chasing them. Initially, it will be the agency calling you and telling you about the program to register. Once you register and pay the money, you will be the one who will be calling them and explaining them. So very simple process: age, point-based system, age, education, language abilities, work experience. So for you guys who have a 3-year work permit to Canada, if you get your 3-year work permit to Canada, you have an additional advantage because Canadian work experience will give you additional points. Okay. Yeah. So if you are short of points, then we also have PNP, as I think you just heard me talking to one of my students, Naveen, right? So what he did, his wife was here on a dependent visa. She went to Alberta. She got a job in Alberta from a company registered in Alberta for the Alberta Tech Pathway. And a couple of months, she got a nomination and PR, and that's it. and she's actually on a H1B in the US.
Yeah.
So she came here as a dependent visa. Her spouse, unfortunately, came to he couldn't stay in the US due to some issues, right? His visa was canceled. He came here. Okay.
So we need at least 480 points, you're saying.
Yes.
If we are not getting 480 points through the Canada calculator that we use, even
So
after
how can you get, the question is how you can get it. So you guys have a 3-year open work permit. If you find an employer and get a job in BC, Alberta, in Ontario, we have a provincial nomination or the state nomination, which will give you 600 additional points. Okay, so adults who are on H1B who want to come to Canada, guys, how will you get your PR? Look into the provincial nomination. If you're not hitting the 460, 480 score, you go to this, you focus for employment in the provinces which are eligible for the provincial nomination. That will give you 600 points and that will give you a guaranteed PR. Got it?
got it.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so Sai, let's skip to the next question here. So Vishal, Uma, I think yes, I'm done. Okay, Uma, Asai, I think yes. Jay, do you need to Jay? I just explained Jay about the GC key, right? Jay, you're okay with that? Or clear?
Yes, I'm okay. So probably that I will create later for the GC key. That is not necessary, right?
Yes. So Vishal, your question about converting the photos, please go to a photo studio and get it done. Unfortunately, I'm not sure about any portals which convert the US format size to Canadian size. Okay.
Yeah, sure. So is it kind of quite strict? Otherwise, I tried to convert it online. Just want to take your opinion. I never applied for Canadian kind of photo specification. So if we try to convert online, will it work, or do you recommend?
As long as it meets the requirements, it should work. But if you think it's not clear, please go out and get it done. Okay.
Makes sense.
Sure. Tanvika, this is not a session for this is only the session for US H1B holders. Please reach out on Monday. Okay. Monday morning, 9 to 12, free consultation. Please reach out and we'll be happy to help you with your husband's spousal sponsorship. Okay. Open work permit sponsorship, right? Tanvika, how are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good. You're not from CIP, right? I remember you had some issues with your 1-year study and something like that, or with your PGW.
Yeah, I was to Canada as a student in 2018.
Is it?
I hope you remember me.
I remember your name, but I don't remember the situation. But we'll be happy to help you. For CIP students, we support from the study visa, dependent visa till immigration. I will have Sandeep connect with you. Do you have Sandeep's number?
No, sir. I lost the contacts. I moved to United States. So.
Okay, you're in the US. Okay. Well, you want to come to Canada?
So I recently got married. So my spouse in USA and I'm here along with him. So I have my open work permit at the moment. So
okay, Tanvika, let me stop you here. We'll connect on Monday. But let me tell you, to apply for your husband's dependent visa, you need to be employed here in Canada. Without a job in Canada, you will not be able to support your husband, apply for your husband's dependent visa. Okay, so let's connect on Monday. You need to have a full-time job here in Canada to apply for your husband's dependent visa.
Sure, and also I have to reside in Canada.
Yes, you have to. If you're working in Canada, you are residing in Canada. So it's your temporary place of residence should be Canada. Okay.
Okay. At least for 3 months, I have to work there and then apply.
We are getting the decisions pretty quick in about 3 to 6 weeks.
Oh, that's nice. Sir, is it possible for you to share me the Sandeep contact? I lost.
Sandeep, can you share your number, Sandeep? Yeah, so it's the same number, 647-834. My number is 833. Sandeep's number is 834. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. Nice talking to you.
Congratulations and nice talking to you after a long time. Yes,
yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Sure, I'm looking forward to see you here.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, bye.
Yeah. Syed, the payment link, right, is correct. You have it, Syed. Syed Ibrahim. Next question regarding the payment. Okay. So I posted the link here. Next, Deshik. If you're married and you only need work permit to one person, you still fill in the application for two people. No, if you plan to have your dependents also travel to Canada on the dependent work permit, then you indicate the additional person, and their visa will be also will be considered. If you are only planning to come yourself, then you don't create the application for your dependents, only yourself, please. Desha, clear?
So yes, one more question, a follow-up question on that. So if they in the future, if they want to come over, and how will that work at that point?
Exactly what I just explained, Tanvika. So in general rule, if you a dependent visa to apply for your dependent visa, you have to be here in Canada and you have to be employed here.
Okay, then until unless I am not employed and
if you're not employed, general rule, maybe they'll create an exception for you guys, but general rule, if you want to bring in your dependents here, you should be employed.
Okay, so with that
in
being
Canada, not US.
Okay, then that being said, then you just go apply for yourself and then you get a job and then apply for your dependent.
Yeah, the easy
That is
option
the
to apply
usual.
now and less headache.
Okay. Okay. So you just go apply for yourself and you should state that you are married, right? When you create
Exactly, you state married, but apply together now so that you will not have a headache. Again, guys, to be honest, I might be wrong, but I don't really see the huge 50,000 people rushing in to apply.
Okay.
I don't see that, like if you see YouTube videos, right? You understand if something is, none of the YouTube videos are viral. There are no lakhs of hundreds and thousands of people checking in. Most of the views are hardly about 2,000-3,000. Right? Did anybody see any video going up like 20,000, 30,000 in the last 2-3 days on this for this program?
No, I don't think so.
No, I have seen a blogger who usually blogs on US immigration. When the EB1 category went back 10 years yesterday, they said that this is a golden opportunity for Canada, go ahead and apply, but he's not showing any process.
They don't know because see, this is a do-it-yourself process, DIY. This is not a service being provided. And if anybody says, then it is basically scrap, right? Because the number of visas are very limited. It's a very straightforward process. You just have to be prepared with all the documentation and you should know how to navigate the portal, and it's pretty much easy. But again, I don't really see it like, 50,000 people ready to apply. I don't see, because I'm basically from South India, Hyderabad. I was born in India, but I left India in 1993. So that
3 years.
Yeah, so I'm 49 this year. So I was 19 when I left home. So the attachment to US is so bad. Like, even if you're dying, people will be holding on to the US.
The problem here is, Gautham, what he and other people are promoting here for this program is, if you are 35 years and older and you are on H1 visa, then this is a good opportunity for you. But since you said you need a 480 points, if I am 37 years of age,
you missed it. It is not about that is the minimum.
This one.
Again, let me be very clear. You have the option to get the provincial nomination, which will give you additional 600 points.
Okay, so here is my case, Gautham, to be very honest with you. Person who is 35 and above, I
came here to Canada. I came here to Canada on study visa 11 years ago.
Okay, I came to US almost 14 years back. I'm maintaining H1 visa from last 14 years.
I understand. Aapka kya naam hai aapka?
Mohammed.
Mohammed, see, simple. If you are here, you have to plan. What do you need? Very simple. You need to get a job in a province which has provincial nomination that will give you 600 points. Easy.
Okay.
That's right. Focus and plan things. What is your plan? Plan is you look into provinces like BC. You have a 3-year open work permit. So what next? You're 35 and the only thing which will give you PR is your provincial nomination. So focus on the provinces which have the tech pathway. BC has a great program. Alberta has a great program. Look into those provinces and within 6 months, you'll get your PR. You'll not have to wait for 15 of years your life like you're waiting now.
Yes. So there's the reason I'm considering this program, Gautam.
Yeah.
I spent 14 years over here on H1 visa. I applied my green cards 9 years back, but I'm still nowhere close.
Nowhere close. Still, how many years for you to wait?
We don't know.
150.
Oh my God.
That's what the attorneys are saying. The period date went forward, then went backward. It's a roller coaster. So nobody can say how much longer I waited 9 years on
It is such
after
a pain,
applying.
right? You don't know where to live, you know what is going to happen. And I actually had recently a family contact me for consultation. Their son turned 21 and they're so worried what to do next.
So that's the after waiting for 9 years after applying the green card, is it worth it to move to Canada? It's a tough decision for me.
It is very simple. It's a very easy process. Get your open work permit. And once you have your open work permit, focus on getting a job in provinces which will help you with your provincial nomination. It's as simple as that.
So any job, Gautam, or a specific job?
IT guys, you're all IT guys, right?
Yes.
Right. So in Canada, everything is very transparent, right? If you're looking, for example, if you're looking in Alberta, okay, everything in Canada, it is not complicated like US. You don't really need any attorneys or anybody here. Alberta Tech Pathway, right? I'll share you the links here as well. Alberta Tech Pathway, great opportunity for IT professional. Calgary, definitely not big as Toronto, Waterloo, but there are IT jobs. And if you see here, what jobs are eligible for the Alberta Tech Pathway, that will give you 600 points. So you can see the entire list of all the IT jobs here, right? IT and non-IT jobs, everything here. Let me share you the link as well, right? So this is one province which will definitely be a big advantage for adult applicants like you who are 35. Next, you can also look into BCPNP. Okay. In BCPNP as well, if you look into this program here, they have priority occupations here, right? Priority occupations. You can see all the BCP tech occupations. If you have an employer, if you have a job in these categories, you'll be eligible, and you are planning to reside in BC, you'll be eligible to get your 600 points, right?
So
I'm sorry.
Basically, what you're saying is once I get an open work permit, and if I find a job in this given interview and say that I already have a work permit, I just need an offer letter from you.
Exactly. So that is what, not just an offer letter, you really should be focused on working there. Okay?
Yes, obviously.
Yeah. Second, ONP may, for example, even without an offer letter, if you're for guys who have very good English skills and who are just around 29, 30, we also have the Ontario Human Capital Stream. Okay. अगर यहाँ पे अगर आप देखेंगे Ontario stream में, we have this tech draws, Ontario tech draws, Ontario province tech draws. So here you don't need a job offer. You can be working in the US, but in the Ontario tech draws, the score is a bit lower than the federal program. Okay. Mm-hmm. So here, for example, if you look in the July 6th draw, right? Computer and information systems, data scientists, database analysts, data administrators, computer system developers, software engineers, all these people were invited and they did not have a job in the US. It's not mandatory to have a job here. And if you look into the score here, ONP draw, let me just go to the score and show it to you. Right. So this is July 6th, number of invitations issued, 700, and the province of Ontario issued 748. And if you are already in the express entry pool, so people who have a score of 479 and 485, they were invited for the provincial nomination, which will give you 600 additional points. Okay. And if you look at previous as well, 475 to 482. So the score express entry, the federal score comes down, Ontario drops down too. Okay. Okay. So opportunities are here. It's not in all my practice. I left my job in Mohawk College in 2016. From 2017, we have been recruiting international students and many. So people who come to Canada, they are not young people. Like if you see the US, you see all the young kids immediately after graduation coming in. But for us, for example, more than 50% of the students who come to Canada are adult students with 5 to 10 years of work experience. On an average, our CIP people who come on study visa to Canada are 25 to 30 years with 5 to 10 years of IT experience and other jobs. And they also have an advantage. In Canada, freshers have a disadvantage. If they do not have work experience, they don't get points. But if any person who has graduated and has 3 years of work experience in India, they will get the maximum points if they come after 3 years here to study here in Canada. Okay, so let's get to that. But again, very simple. If you are adults, please focus on provinces which have PNP options. Canada has a very transparent process. Just Google the name of the province and the provincial program. For example, if it is Ontario, just Google Ontario Provincial Nominee Program. If it is Alberta, Google Alberta Provincial Nominee Program. So pretty much, right? We had a student, Mahesh from Bangalore. He's 38. He studied in University of Winnipeg PACE, a 1-year program in data predictive analytics, and he got a job. And within 4 months after graduation, he got his nomination and he got his PR. Okay. So
thank you.
Yeah. So let me get back to the list again. Okay, Jay, I talked, and after Jay, Tanvika, Jay, Syed, I've done, Deshik, I've done, Vishal. Okay, in case both husband and wife H1B, should we create 2 applications or a single application? I mean, both are eligible. It's not like a situation what you guys have in the H1B, right? You cannot create duplicate application, but let's wait and see for the instructions tomorrow what it says. Okay, so no answer for this because we don't actually have the program instructions as yet.
Okay, so normally, as far as I understand, Gautham, like in the PR applications, there's no conflict, right? Technically, and definitely you can have 2. The only concern is like you have to make like 2 applications and 2 payments, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And secondly, just one follow up on this. Let's say I'm a little bit struggling on the passport expiry date. Let's say one of the person has a passport expiry date coming up in December 2024, and the other person has like till 2030. So in that case, what do you recommend? Like we should choose the person as a primary who has the validity more than 3 years. How should we handle that?
So usually for any visa to be approved, usually requires at least 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months is there, but let's say I understood like they give the open work permit until the passport expiry date, right?
Expiry as well. So your wife will probably have a better chance if she has till 2030.
Yeah, and then we can extend it. Let's say if she gets for 3 years and then I get only for 1 year because my passport expiring in 2024, then I can always request for the extension, right? Later on.
Yes. So you can always submit for your extension, guys. Extension is not an issue. It's a very, if you need any help, I'm probably, I'm more of a social entrepreneur. I'll try to help every day, 9 to 12, 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. I give my time free for free consultations every day.
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
Anytime you have issues, you can drop in. But for this US program, because it's same questions repetitive, I'm doing it in the evening, 6 p.m.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So basically you are saying this open work permit for 3 years can be extended after 3 years.
I have not said anything
No,
like that. What I'm
no.
saying is if for example, his wife has only passport validity of 1 year, तो उनका visa मिलेगा okay 1 ही साल के लिए, right? So that visa can be extended up to a max of 3 years, right? What is the program regulation? The program regulation is 3 years maximum validity. But because his visa his passport is only valid for 8 months or 1 year, let's assume. So he will only get at this time for 8 months, and then he can apply for an extension.
Okay, I got it, Gautham. But to extend it question, if we don't qualify for a PR points within that 3 years period, is there any, what's the
3 years you have to qualify. You have no option. Why you can't find a job in Alberta or BC? You will. Okay.
Okay.
And second thing, Gautam, one quick thing. So as you said, right? So because if you want to apply yourself, so you always recommend to apply with the family, right? Because later
I
on
would
it is hard
advise
to
you
get the
to. Yes, I would advise you to do with the family.
yeah, because later on you need a job, right, to get the dependent open work permit. Here you are getting for both of them at the same spot without any job, right?
Yes. Okay. It's easier to apply now because once later on, IRCC might put in a clause that you need to get you need to be employed here in Canada.
Okay. And once we submit the application later on, we cannot change the decision. Let's say if let's say I was thinking maybe one application we can apply all together as a family, other could be a single person. But later on, let's say if single person got chosen up and then you cannot add the members right away, right? You have to go through a second process.
Yes. So it's at this point, it's easy. If you see, okay, last time what we had, guys, last time when we had this TR to PR program, on the main page, we actually had the counter in numbers.
Oh, okay.
We could actually see how many applications are being, are coming into the system. Okay. And you'll clear, and I hope IRCC will be doing exactly the same. And you will see, like if it is very slow and you have time, guys, spend time, submit your spouse and your dependents, and pretty much it will be an easy process, right? Later on, even if you guys are not coming, see, this is not a mandatory program. You have your visa and it's peace of mind. If you lose your job and if things change, and time will show if you really need to come here, but apply. If you have this is only a one-time program and 10,000 visas, apply and just keep it aside if you don't want to come out.
Gautam, I want to extend this question. In my scenario, we are expecting a baby in 1 or 2 weeks. So that baby will be a US citizen. So I cannot add her to this application or him to the application. So what is the recommendation?
It is simple. US citizens can come here to Canada. At the border, they can get a visitor record or a study permit based on the age. If it is a child less than 5 years, they can get a visitor record. If it is a child 5 years, they need a study permit to study here in Canada. You apply for the ETA electronic visa. Okay. If you apply for the electronic visa, and at the border, you explain the officer. That is the normal process.
Do we get any extra points based on the US baby? I'm just, if we are lacking the points, since you are an expert, so I'm asking.
Unfortunately, no, US doesn't give any advantage here.
Gautham, like, is if we have uploaded any wrong document, can that be deferred or made changes later on, or it should be done?
So there is a process called web form here in Canada. If you miss to submit any documentation, and if you if you want to upload anything, you can upload through a process called web form. Let me just zoom it and show it to you as well. Shiva, did you sleep last night?
Yeah, my baby didn't let me do.
Okay, I thought you were having the portal in your dreams.
Yeah,
not an easy situation, right? Yeah. So
yeah, he's like 16 months now, but yeah.
Yeah. How old is your baby, Shiva?
16 months.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I think you are used to it now. Yeah. Okay. So this is called the web form here. So through the web form, you can upload, right? You can indicate like what is this temporary residence applied online, inquiry, temporary residence, work permit. You write a short note, your family name, your details, and then after you go in next, you will have a tab to upload the document. Okay.
So, Gautam, sorry to interrupt. So the web form that you just showed us, so this is what we are expecting to see same for this program as well. It's just we don't know.
It is a generic web form for everything.
Okay. Can we get the link?
I'll post it. It's too early. You're not missing anything, Shiva. Come on. You guys are all prepared, so you are not missing anything.
Yeah, I mean, all the mistakes we are being doing all this life, right? So, what to
Yes.
do?
Should be fine. Okay. I know we always want to have all the information, but let's not confuse. Once, if you miss anything,
Right.
reach out
And
we'll
I guess, Gautam, but I know like this program is like, I know it's, you keep on saying that we didn't get all the information, but we do have things. But it is something like if we do not have an employer, right? There's something we can't stay longer. In those scenarios, they have to go back to India. I don't know if they apply within the time period and they leave to India. Like I don't know
It
what was
should
kind
be
of.
still, once you submit your application, it will be valid. And IRCC has promised to to process these applications in about, I would probably say, they said that they would issue the applications, visas in 60 days.
Oh, yeah, sounds good. Thanks.
Okay. So again, see here, there is no decision making, right? IRCC has switched to artificial intelligence tool called Chinook. So it's going to pump up all the applications. They can actually upload up to 1,000 applications in one go.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay. And
That's
the system
great.
prompt and the visa case officers only have to review before the decision making.
That's nice.
Okay. So
Everything is like
this
automated.
will be approved. Yeah, this will be in about 60.
So Gautam, as you touched base this previous question, right? So in case, let's say we both have H1, so what is your take on that right now? Obviously, like we are yet to see instruction, but based on the current information, should we create only one application
I
or
don't
two?
think so, because see, if one of you gets into the portal and submit your application, you're getting your visa.
Correct.
So what's the reason to pay double fees and also stress out all that, right?
Correct.
Whoever
That's
has
right.
the longer duration, agar aapka, right, Vishal, agar aapka passport duration is only 6 mahine ki 8 mahine mein expire ho raha hai aapka, so then you submit your wife as a primary applicant, you as a dependent, and pretty much okay.
Okay. Sound good. Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Gautam, for the payment wise, this is Jay. For the payment side, when I was trying to pay the fee, so it was showing international experience in Canada in the workers. There is the workers tab.
No. Don't choose that. Only so can you show? See, this is what basically I showed you guys. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a single person, so I selected just a worker.
You put in the wrong. This is a different program. International Experience Canada is a bilateral agreement between UK, Australia, and some countries where people from those countries can come and work here in Canada. This is not. You're only putting this one. Work
Okay.
permit including extensions and open work permit holder, not
And the
international.
biometric. And
Okay.
the biometric, right?
And the biometric.
And the biometric in the per person, because I'm
Exactly.
paying for one, so I need to select only one, right? Okay.
Okay.
So,
Clear? Okay.
so
So let me just, guys, let me jump to the next question. There are many people out there who had posted. So let me just see. I just Deshik, Vishal, Jay, Sai, Imran Khadri. Imran, since there's no, are we going to go again the process and do we need to make the payment? Okay, Imran. So you have two options with the payment. If you have missed, right, the process, in the evening we can go ahead and I can show again at 6 o'clock. Okay. So payment, you have two options, Imran. Just because this is a one-time program and it is expected, there are how many people in the US? There are more than it is expected, like some say almost 100,000 people in the US might be interested in the program. Some say 50,000, but we don't really know. But again, this is a first come, first serve basis. So you have two options, right? If there is, the first option is you can submit, you can input all the data, upload the documents, and then go to the payment gateway. But what happens if there is a huge rush and the payment portal crashes?
right.
You'll be stuck. So that is the first option. Second option, you can create your account. There is a separate portal for the payment. You can create your account, make the payment there, right? You will have a receipt and you can upload the receipt when you are on the final stages of submitting. So you don't have to, if the payment portal crashed, you just upload the receipt and submit your application. That's it. Okay. And you don't have to worry. In Canada, if you make the payment, IRCC will actually, if you are, for some reason, if you're unable to submit your application, you can actually get the fees refunded.
All right.
Gautham, one thing is like, but the fees things are also not out, right? But is it like okay
Not
to do?
out. Not out. See, that is something which I cannot advise because we have absolutely no instructions until today, and I think it's going to be tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
So the portal live would be 9 o'clock tomorrow, like at midnight 12. In general, I'm just taking the background. Yeah.
We thought it will be around 12, but I think the instructions will come up at 9. That's what I'm expecting because they can't do it later, right? Today is the last day before the portal goes live tomorrow.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. So I'll just extend my question. So I can just go ahead and create my different, separate payment portal, and I can make the payment through that. That's it. And I can upload the receipt.
Yes. Okay. So we actually went through this payment process. This meeting is live, and I've posted the link of the YouTube channel, our YouTube channel, and you can actually see the recording here, and you will see that link. Okay, I've posted in the chat, and I can post it again here. Just give me a second. The record. Yeah. So this is. Okay, this is the recording link.
So Gautham, for the new user, they can use the same email address to create, right? For example, I created a new account on the IRCC, and on the payment portal, I can also use the same email address to create that account.
Yes, but these are two different accounts.
Two different, yeah. And
a lot of people, what they thought was this is the same account. They started using the password, and it says account does not exist or wrong password. So guys, this is the payment is also a different portal.
So,
yeah, so
in that case,
technically all three portals are, sorry to interrupt, all three portals are different, right? GCP,
exactly.
IRCC, and this payment portal. So, but we are allowed to use the same email address, let's say, to make it a little bit consistent. And then we can basically later on make the payment, and we can get the number of payment ID or something, which can be linked on the next page when we process for the application for the open work permit, right? In case it opens.
Exactly.
Yeah. Got it. Thanks.
Gautam, a quick question related to the fee. So right now we are paying some amount, right? So is there any possibility that can be increased because this is the new program and we don't know?
I don't think it's going to be, the fees will not, I don't think it's going to be increased. It's the standard.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. So I have a question here from Sai, right? IT till now, to be honest, if you have the work experience and if you have the skill set, you will eventually find a job. We are not in a situation where there are no jobs. There is Canada, definitely much smaller market than the US, but unless all the 10,000 people flood in, it's not a situation where even when there were thousands of, people being laid off in the US, tech layoffs, we didn't have so bad situation out here. And I can tell you that all my applicants who, most of my applicants who come, half of them are from IT background with, if you have 3 to 5 years of work experience or higher, you will eventually get a job. It's not a situation where you will not. And second, nobody is forcing you to job. What you can do is if you have an open work permit, you can start looking for jobs from the US. Before, if you plan to relocate, start that, because the biggest hurdle for most of the people here for the employers in Canada is they don't really want to get into the headache of applying for the closed work permit, right? And with you guys giving a 3-year open work permit is the first step where it has simplified this task for the employers. So what Canada is doing is they're bringing in the tech people and they are hoping that the employers will follow, because what is happening in the US, there is tech, but there is no workforce. What is the limitation for H1B? Every year, only 85,000. And from that 85,000, only 20,000 for master's students. And the rest of the 65,000, Chile and Singapore, 8,500, I think, right? Or
Yeah.
8,000 goes in. So they're hardly less than 58,000.
Okay, so there is, I'm extending the question. I mean, it's better like, the question one is, it's better to go and pay instead before starting the application. Number two is, I am in US and my company also reside in Canada as well. So it's operate in different countries along with the Canada. So I think like it will help me in having like better chances for PNP program, right?
Exactly. So if your employer is willing to apply, there is, there's also a very interesting program for, just give me a second. I have one of my students' mother here. Manjit Manpreet, I think I just saw her. Just give me a second. Yeah, I think she might have just exited here. So there's also a very interesting program, guys. You can get an additional 50 points, okay, in Canada here, if you have an employer willing to support you for the global talent stream. So global talent stream is a work permit, just like H1B, it is a closed work permit, especially for some streams, including IT. And last week, one of my clients got approved in 10 days. So read this. So if you have a work permit, this is basically like H1B notice of approval. We call it labor market impact assessment. It is a simplified process for IT professionals and some other professionals. This will give you an additional 50 points.
That's
okay?
nice.
Yeah, so I'll share you the link out there. So that's another option. So and I think Mohammed explained. So Mohammed, if you're 3 years, agar 3 saal ke baad aapka work permit expire ho raha hai, so then if your employer is willing to help you with this global talent stream, you can apply for a closed work permit for another 3 years.
So that employer should be in Canada or in USA?
In Canada, why we cannot. Canada and US are different countries, so it has nothing to do with your employers in the US. If you're talking about the work permits in Canada, it has to be a Canadian employer.
Okay, so my Canadian employer should be able to extend my help.
Yes, if they are able to apply for the closed work permit LMIA through the global talent, you'll get it in 10 days. This was what Minister Fraser also, advised, also announced during the collusion conference. Okay, so any proof of funds in one of the programs, it's not mandatory, but guys, just have a statement from your account and put it out there. Have one PDF, and if it is required, then you can just upload it. Okay.
Like, is there any limit, like how much we can show, like they need something like that?
No, there is no minimum. You guys are employed, you all have jobs, decent salary, so I don't think it's not an issue, right? Anisha, looking for instructions. So I'm not sure what is happening. Unfortunately, there is no official update, so it looks like it's going to be only tomorrow. Okay, so once we have an update, I will post it. If you guys have the update, post in the group, then we will immediately join and start. But as I understand, it's going to, I guess tomorrow 9 o'clock. I don't think they'll be doing it anything later than 9 o'clock.
So you're expecting the portal, the application process to start at 9 p.m. instead of 12.
We have no update. This is all guessing.
Okay.
Those guys must be chilling and partying. We are like thinking about it.
I think they're still trying to make sure that there are no bugs.
The pilot release
will go live.
Yeah, they do the pilot test run today, which we do.
Hey Gautham, do you want me to pay the money initial before starting an application?
It's your choice. See, my job is giving the facts. It is up to you to do the decision.
Okay.
Sending Gautham, there's no objection. Yeah.
And Gautham, can you please ping me your number so that I will call you maybe next week, not this week. So it's about all PR programmings and options in the Canada.
So see, for personal consultations, you have to schedule, and we have $100 consultation fees, but don't panic. You first do your homework, and then once you get into the system, we will. Right? It's a bit too early. Don't stress out. I'm here every day, and if this is the first time, there's a very good resource for you all guys. There's a CIC news portal. Very nice. It's one of the oldest portals, and you'll get a lot of updates on Canada immigration. So do subscribe for it. Okay. So I'll be happy if you guys want to schedule a personal consultation for me. I'm happy, but there are other people, other lawyers who are waiting to find somebody who will schedule a consultation. I'm telling you the other way. Don't rush it. Take your time, learn, educate yourself, and we will talk in time. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Hey Gautam, quick question.
When can I talk to your husband?
He joined day before yesterday in yesterday's call, Gautam. So he's
Yeah,
gonna
sure.
join the 6 p.m. call.
That's fine. I was just joking. Yes, please. Yeah. You were so active since yesterday. And so
Yeah,
I hope your husband doesn't say, see, you took me to Canada later.
I hope he doesn't say Gautam. I mean, because yeah, even I.
Or then you will say, see, I brought you to Canada.
Yeah, I'm happy to move there, Gautam. I mean, I'm really happy to move there if given an opportunity. So, Gautam, quick question. See, the thing is, let's say we got this open work permit, and can we step in? Like my husband is the primary applicant, right? Can he step in there without the job in Canada? And
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is an open work permit, Uma. So what it means that the government of Canada is giving a blanket approval for all you guys of open visa where you can just travel, open work visa where you can travel and look for jobs here.
okay, right. So, but eventually we should get the job in Canada to
No,
you know.
it is not mandatory. See, it is your choice. You want to get a job and live here, you're welcome. That is what Canada wants.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Thanks, God.
And
Sure.
you need to get the job in 3 years. If you don't get it, you have to just go back.
Your visa will be finished. That's it.
Yeah.
So you have to get a job in an IT field or any job.
Any job. The
Anything.
work has no restrictions, but open work permit means there is no limitation. You can do any job.
Because for the worst case scenario, if you don't get an IT job, so
अरे भाई, नहीं होता, Mohammed. If you guys have 5 to 10 years of experience, trust me, you don't have to get into
So the reason we are asking is because there's a
Being
lot
in United States, it should be negative. So that's the reason. Maybe
I know, but I'm telling you with all my heart. See, you guys, most of you are from our South India, Hyderabad and India, right?
Yeah.
Everybody who's here. I'm telling you with my heart in my hand, guys, if you are experienced, you'll find a job. Okay. But don't forget to come home with sweets and tell Gautam, yes, I'm here, I got a job.
No,
Or
no
at least
sweets.
post a
We'll
review on our Facebook, on our
we'll have
local
a
review.
blast of party. If everything
I
goes
told
well,
you,
we'll have a blast.
fireworks and
yesterday,
everything.
yeah, we actually had
Canada already had good fireworks.
yes, not also that, but if you guys see on my page, we actually had, let me just entertain you for a minute if you don't mind, guys.
Oh, sure,
So,
sure thing.
yeah, so I do a lot of welcome parties here. I know they're expensive, but I do a
Yeah.
lot of welcome parties every year, about 5 to 6 parties for students. And I actually did a cruise party. I ordered a boat in Toronto Lake, and we actually had all our students in summer party. We had this welcome party.
Wow, that looks nice.
So,
Yeah, we've been seeing your posts and pictures and everything.
so this is,
Oh,
not
yeah.
sure if you can hear it. So it's fun. So we'll have a H1B party when you guys come.
Yeah.
But please don't come all 10,000. Otherwise, jobs will definitely be an issue. So guys, this is Sandeep from my team. He is a networking professional ID, but he's also an expert. So he seems to had a very good time in Las Vegas. He went for 1 week, left us here, and he got his flights canceled, and he is at the airport. And he's very helpful. He's very knowledgeable. In fact, he's been a big support. Sandeep, Nihil, Anilji, and all my team members. So They all worked in my Hyderabad office. Then they came here on study visas. Then they're all working in the primary professions, and also some of them are still working with us part-time for as a second jobs as well. So let's get back to the questions. Any more questions here, please? And any questions, please feel free to ask. I don't see any more out here.
Gautam, quick question.
Anybody else
yes,
except Uma? Sure, Uma, please go ahead. I was joking. Yeah.
Gautam, we don't like 100% know regarding the document set, right? From the dependent side or the primary applicant
It's
side.
very
We're
simple.
just-
Again, what is required? We already know all the information. See, it's the same process. When you're in the legal profession, you're doing thousands of applications. So what is required basically? Primary applicant passports, all pages, please scan them. Second, your status in the US, right? H1B visa, employment documents for the primary applicant. Dependents, right? Again, your ID document, passport. Okay. Proof of status, if you're on the H4 or whatever your status is, proof of status, right? And proof of relationship, if it is a spouse, then your marriage certificate. If it is children, then your birth certificate, marriage certificate and birth certificate to show that you are. That's it, as simple as that. There's nothing out here. Okay, but please make sure that the documents are 2 MB. And other question regarding the forms, we don't really know if it is going to be the forms, but again, we can check in the evening and go through the portal. And one of you can just log in through the GC portal, and I will show you how to go through, and you will understand. Okay, so if you guys are worried and you want to go through the GC portal, how to do it, and one of you, I think, will have somebody else. Maybe Uma can do the GC. Yesterday we had Shiva put in his details. Shiva, you want to volunteer today again, or somebody else? Shiva is silent, so somebody else.
Yeah, let's do Umas probably.
Okay, let's do Arjun's then.
Yeah, I'm open to.
We'll do it. Okay. So and also one of you, please, if you can create a dummy account and see, because in US citizen, let me show what it is. Right, Mohammed, if you can just go in and see. Usually I tried doing it and it said US citizens do not need a visa. You will have to apply for ETA, and on arrival, you will have to apply for you will get your study permit or your or the visitor record. Okay.
So we don't need to add to the application as well.
That is what I feel. So go through the portal, look into the visitor or study or work and see what it says, right? For example, create a dummy account and look into work permit, because this is a work permit program. So create a dummy account and go through the work permit and see what it says when you add your children.
Gautam, this is Arjun again. So my family is currently in India, so we still need all of the set of documents to upload, right?
Yes.
Because taking their photo is a problem now, because I need to ask them to get a photo there and then send it to me and then scan it, right?
Yes, please. Yeah, have them scan it somewhere and do it. And in worst case, any old, try to have photos. This is going to be important. If it is missing and then, just because of that, you're unable to submit, it's going to be a pain. For Ukrainian, for the Canada-Ukraine authorization for emergency travel, IRCC did not ask, did not ask for photographs. Sandeep is saying, sometimes all the photo studios, they can actually email you the soft copies.
Right.
I did the same, Arjun, this evening. I just went to studio and get the photos, and he just sent me the soft copy to my email with the requirements.
Right. Yeah. I have to follow up with them.
Okay. Not much time left. It's still you have just one night. And it is Sunday in India, right?
We recently did it for H4 dependent visa, so probably that might work. But yeah, again, if that doesn't work, I have to follow up with them and take a new picture.
Sure. So guys, shall we wrap up? If you don't have any questions, let's at 6 o'clock, we'll go through the GCK portal.
Hey Gautam, this is Akhil.
Yes.
Yeah, I was listening. So I have one question. Like my visa is expired, but I do have the petition valid till next 2 years. So is that fine?
Yeah. So आप अखिल आप कहाँ से हो अखिल?
मैं ओडिशा.
Odisha से, that's nice. We had some students from Odisha here. So what you do is, आपका पहला जो first approval H1B का approval था, right? You upload that and also your extension.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
And Gautam, last question. So I have like the old passport and a new passport. New passport, I just got it like in 6 months ago. So I just need to take like, you know, the all the pages, right? Like old and new. And
All the
old
pages and also old. If you go through the question of the portal yesterday, what we did, there is a question, have you previously held a US non-immigrant visa in a previous passport, right? The system will ask you to upload your old passport as well. So please make sure that you scan your old passport, especially the page with the visa.
Okay, old passport front and back, and a visa, and new passport with a front and back.
Yeah, and also a separate page where you have your US visa, US H1B approval jo tha aapka.
And it shouldn't exceed the limit of 2 MB. Is that correct?
Right, right.
So one last question, Gautam, is if after submitting the applications, if we found out that the eligibility criteria, we are not meeting the eligible criteria for this program.
No, it is very simple. There is no eligibility criteria. एक ही है, Mohammed, eligible criteria. It is H1B visa. That's it.
Valid H1. That's it.
Valid H1B. This is basically what it is. And see, before you apply, we will have the instructions, and then you can decide कि अगर आपको apply करना है कि नहीं करना है. That's it.
Okay.
It should be like all 60 pages, or just like front and back and just a visa.
So, yeah, it's if you go through this, when the portal opens, you'll see the passport page. It will say all the pages where you have the stamps and the visas.
Gautam, I just heard that you said like the size of one document is like 2 MB. Yesterday we talked as 4 MB, right?
No. If it is the GC key portal, it is 4, but this is only 2 MB.
2 MB in the new portal.
In the new portal.
Oh,
okay.
Achha.
So just limit everything with 2 portals because they'll be having types. See, in one PDF for 2 MB, you can put in 30-40 pages easy.
Right. Yeah. We can do that.
All right. I just had one question. Do we plan to go with the IRCC, I mean, the payment portal during evening session? Like,
yes, we will do it again, Imran. Okay. Yeah, evening we'll do it again. Okay.
I was able to
create you see this link YouTube में आप जाके अभी link मैंने share किया है, आप follow it. Initially we did it, but again you know, फिर से अगर if you need it, we'll do it again in the evening. ठीक है?
All right, thank you.
Okay. Sandeep, I hope your flight will not be late. Okay guys, thank you very much for joining. As always, you know, lot of questions, lot of anxiety, but again, it's a very simple process. Please prepare, please. So 3 things, what I would advise you guys, please. First, make sure that you prepare all your data and put it in a Word document that you all have it. You can copy paste it, or at least you know where to refer from. That is one. Second, even when I am submitting some documents, I always have at least one person to be with me together. Okay. When you have 2 people checking in, there are mistakes which we might oversee just because of the stress. Please have 1 person with you 100%. Okay. Second. Third, size of the documents. Please make sure that you have a separate folder and put all this, and don't get confused with the document names. Very important. 2 MB. Don't go over 2 MB. Otherwise, it's going to be a pain. Okay. Sometimes, you know, sometimes IRCC portal might not actually take some PDFs. You might have to change the name and try to upload it. So be careful with the tightening like PDF names as well. Okay. Third and fourth, tech issues, right? If you have any issues with internet home, just make sure that you have alternate internet access in case something happens with your internet, right? So 4, have somebody get the data, have somebody be with you together, right? So that they can go through the process, make sure that the files are less than 2 MB, and have a backup option for your internet anything goes wrong. And, you know, have this information 2 laptops. If anything happens to you, have somebody help you submit as well. But again, I don't think it's going to be a huge rush like what we had for tier to peer. I might be wrong, but I'm just seeing the response from the social media and the number of views. We are following anybody who's doing these videos. There's not really so much out there.
So all the documents should be in PDF format?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Shalofir, we'll go through this again in the evening. So thank you guys for joining. And today we can make it a bit later if you guys want. We can actually do it at 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. or 7 p.m., whatever you guys want. We can do at 7 p.m. because many people are in the eastern, west coast, right? Okay, so we'll do it at 7 p.m.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, and I hope Uma's husband will be there.
I'm gonna drag him to the call.
I was joking. Just have to, fun. But just to de-stress you guys out here. So thank you, and we'll connect in the evening, 7 p.m. Okay.
Thank you very much, Gautham.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Gautam.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Gautam.
Bye.
Thanks a
Bye,
lot.
everyone.
Thanks for taking time. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
So 7 p.m. ET, right?
Eastern Standard Time. Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Signing off. Bye.
Bye, guys. Yeah. So, guys, thank you for joining. This was our live QA session for the 3-year open work permit for the US H1B visa holders. So we will have another session in the evening. If you have any questions and if you have still not figured how to apply, you can join the evening session at 7 p.m. and we'll take it forward, guys. Thank you. This is Gautham Kolluri from CIP Study Abroad and Immigration. Cheers.